Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim Hudson, and it's my honor and privilege to serve as the Chancellor at Arkansas State University. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the faculty and the staff of Arkansas State University, it's my privilege to welcome you to the 2015 Fall Commencement Exercises. We are very pleased that you have joined us today to celebrate the achievements of the graduating class. Now let us bow our heads for a moment of silence as we give thanks for our many blessings and these special graduates. Amen. Please remain standing and join with A-State student Jesse Holder in singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' reckless bombs bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Thank you, Jesse. Commencement is always a time of excitement at the university for the graduates, their families, and their friends. I congratulate all of the graduates who are assembled here this morning. This is a milestone event in your life. Graduates, as you receive your degree, I hope you will consider the challenges, opportunities, and responsibilities you have before you as we face the future in uncertain times. The destiny of our country, indeed the world, is in your hands. Please accept my encouragement to follow Gandhi's admonition and be the change you want to see in the world. I am honored to introduce the individuals on the platform. This morning, we are delighted to be joined by members of the Arkansas State University Board of Trustees. I will introduce them individually. Mr. Charles Luter of Paragould, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Mr. Ron Rhodes of Cherokee Village, Secretary. Dr. Tim Langford of Little Rock, and Mr. Neil Krausen of Jonesboro. Gentlemen, thank you. Allow me now to introduce members of the Arkansas State Senior Executive Team. I will ask them to stand. Dr. Lanita Cooksey, Provost and Vice Chancellor. Dr. Rick Stripling, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Dr. Lynn Fry, Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration. Dr. Jason Penry, Vice Chancellor for University Advancement. And Mr. Terry Mahajer, Director of Athletics. Thank you. Also on the platform with us are deans and others who will participate in today's ceremony, and I will introduce them and ask them to stand. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. Andy Sustich, Vice Provost for Research and Dean of the Graduate School. Dr. Tim Bertram, Dean of the College of Agriculture and Technology. Dr. Shane Hunt, Dean of the College of Business, Dr. Gina Hogue, Dean of the College of Education and Behavioral Science, Dr. Paul Mixon, Dean of the College of Engineering, Dr. Donald Bowyer, Dean of the College of Fine Arts, Dr. Brad Rollins, Dean of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences and Dean of the College of Media and Communication, Dr. Susan Hanrahan, Dean of the College of Nursing and Health Professions, Dr. John Pratt, Dean of the College of Sciences and Mathematics, Ms. Julie Isaacson, Associate Professor of Nursing and our mace bearer and procession leader today, Mr. Matthew Carey, Assistant Professor of Vocal Studies and our procession announcer, Ms. Margot Ofterhide Kegabine, President of the ASU Alumni Association, Mr. Clint Brockway, who provides interpretation for the hearing impaired, and we have several special guests with us, Ms. Yolanda Sanchez from Colombia, who is the mother of a graduating student here, Ana Katrina Sanchez, Ms. LaMonica Lewis, the mother of another graduate today, the former SGA president at ASU, DeAndre Anderson, and my wife, Dr. Dee Dee Hudson. Thank you. A group of people who work hard to make our university function smoothly is our A-State staff. Most of these individuals are behind the scenes today making this ceremony function smoothly, but I would like for us to recognize with a round of applause our fantastic A-State staff. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Greg Phillips, President of the Arkansas State University Faculty Association, who will bring remarks on behalf of the faculty. Dr. Phillips.
Thank you, Chancellor Hudson. It's both an honor and a privilege to be bringing you remarks on behalf of the faculty. Our first remark to you, the graduating class, is that we're proud of you. You've persevered, you've finished your degree, you're thankful. We're proud of all of you, associates, bachelors, masters, specialists, doctoral. You've all accomplished something. We're very proud of you. As I thought about making these comments on behalf of the faculty, I recalled that I've now served 34 years as a faculty member. And I'm thinking, somewhere around 35 years is probably the average length of most people's working careers. So I want to set a stage for you. You're graduating here in 2015. What's it going to be like in 2050 as you approach the end of your careers? Well, do you realize in 1815 we had 1 billion people on Earth? In 2015 we have 7.3 billion people on Earth. By 2050, we're expected to have 10 billion people on Earth. So 7.3 divided by 10, that represents approximately a 37% increase. I'm in agriculture, so the first thing I think of is we have to produce 37% more food over the next 50 years. We can't produce anything without energy. There's going to be a 37% increase in energy use. There's going to be a 37% increase in the demand for fresh water. Do you realize that fresh water only makes up 0.3% of 1% of the total water on Earth? A very valuable resource. 37% increase in the demand for reallocation of land use. So this brings me to one of the themes that some of us here at A-State teach, the concept of sustainability. In the face of these rising pressures and demands, how do we preserve our assets for our children and our grandchildren to have the same opportunities for success that we have? And this is going to be a big challenge to you. But as the faculty at A-State, we've tried to provide you with the tools and the skill sets to allow you to meet these challenges and to meet the new opportunities that are facing you in your careers. As you leave us, we hope a few of you come back and pursue other higher degrees in the future. But I urge you to work together, both locally and globally, to solve these problems and to provide a sustainable globe for our children and our children's children. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg. Now, the faculty of any university largely determines the quality of the education it provides to students. Faculty are the heart and soul of the university. We are exceedingly fortunate to have an outstanding and dedicated faculty here at Arkansas State University. I am proud to say that they are my colleagues. At this time, I would like to ask everyone in the audience and on stage, except for the faculty members, to stand and join me in giving the faculty a standing ovation. Thank you. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Kathleen Blessing, who is representing the Fall 2015 graduating class. Ms. Blessing was selected to represent the graduating class based on her high GPA associated with the most hours earned at Arkansas State. She is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies and will bring remarks on behalf of the graduating class. Ms. Blessing.
To Arkansas State University and the distinguished members of the faculty, it's an honor to be here today along with alumni, special guests, family members, and friends who came to celebrate this important occasion. Most of all, it's an honor to be here speaking to you, my fellow graduates, the class of 2015. When I was originally asked to speak to you, I will admit my first response was panic. My second, more rational response was the feeling of great honor I would have with this opportunity. But I still wasn't quite sure that I would have anything of value to say to you. I'm a soon-to-be college graduate. I'm in the same position that you are. How am I qualified to give encouragement or advice when I'm unsure of the road ahead? As I was trying to find the best wisdom to impart for graduation, I started looking back at my school career. I decided that some of the best lessons are the simplest ones. So if you'll give me a few minutes of your time, I'll take you way back to a time when all the lessons were simple. And I'd like to do that using the works of an author many, if not all of us, grew up with, Dr. Seuss. Green Eggs and Ham, I'm sure we all remember this one. Sam I Am tries to get the narrator to try green eggs and ham, among many other things, to which the main character refuses until the end when he decides he likes green eggs and ham and is ready to try new things. College was full of new experiences. For many of us, it was the first time living away from home. We made new friends, we saw new places, we had more difficult classes and coursework. As we leave here and enter the real world, it's important to remember to try new things, to get excited rather than worried when life hits us with something we feel unready for. Horton Hears a Who is one of my favorite Dr. Seuss stories. Horton the elephant is hanging out in the jungle when he hears a voice coming from a speck of dust. It asks for his help and he vows to protect it against a dangerous world. When the dust speck is stolen by other jungle animals, Horton chases after it and does his best to save it. The lesson Horton provides is simple: protect your friends. Horton goes to the end of the earth for his friends. Realistically, protecting a friend can be as simple as listening and trying to understand what they're going through. Maintaining the friendships that we've made these last few years can be difficult. However, these friendships have the potential to help us celebrate victories and endure hard times. Maintaining this support group is something that we should strive for. I have to end on "Oh, the places you'll go." It's a graduation cliche. I don't think I can share this sentiment any better than Dr. Seuss did. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who'll decide where you go. The future is our decision now. We've endured 13 years of school and 4 years of college. Some of us may continue our education, and some of us may enter the workforce. Moving on can be scary, but no matter how complicated life gets, some of the simplest lessons remind us who we are and where we have come from, and maybe they'll lead us to where we need to go. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2015.
Thank you, Kathleen, for those remarks, and we wish you every success and good fortune in the future. We all know that obtaining a college degree these days takes a good deal of effort from the students and from all of their many supporters. Graduates, your families and friends have been important partners in your educational journey. Today is a celebration not only for you, but for your families as well. So graduates, why don't you stand and join me in thanking your many friends, family, and supporters in this audience today. Thank you. You may be seated. To emphasize the centrality of the faculty to the success of our students and the role faculty play in our learning community, I would like to ask Faculty Association President Dr. Greg Phillips to introduce today's distinguished speaker. Dr. Phillips.
Well, it's my great pleasure to introduce this commencement speaker, Mr. James Calloway, or as he told me before we came in to the room this morning, said, feel free to call me Jimbo. I was called Jimbo when I was a youngster. It followed me all the way through school, even at A-State. Even his grandchildren call him Jimbo or Bobo. So Jimbo, we welcome you. Jim is a 1968 graduate of Arkansas State University. He has a major in business administration, a minor in journalism, and he says that both of those have helped him immensely in his career. He was named a distinguished alum in 2007. While he was here, he was a four-year letterman on the baseball team, played third base. But after he graduated in 1968, he started a successful career in the telecommunications arena, worked across the country, several different positions. He retired in 2011 as the Senior Executive Vice President for Executive Operations for AT&T. And in honor of him, AT&T Foundation sponsored a faculty fellowship in his name and a scholarship endowment for business students in his name. And I heard comments from the deans this morning how much the faculty and students have appreciated those gifts. Jim is currently on the board of directors for the San Antonio Spurs in sports entertainment, so he's still very much engaged. He and his family live in the San Antonio area, but we're delighted to have you, Jimbo Calloway, as our speaker today.
Thank you very much, Greg. That was a very, very kind introduction. Extremely kind. As I was thinking about what he was saying, I was thinking about all those years that I had with AT&T, and it really reminds me of how old I am, so my apologies about that. I'm really honored to be your commencement speaker. When Dr. Hudson asked me to speak, it felt kind of like a daunting task to be able to connect with you recent graduates. And so I thought about finding some inspiration somewhere, so I thought back to my graduation day, 47 years ago, and I remember the day vividly, standing on the track with all my friends waiting to get our diploma at the old Cays Stadium, which is on the other side of, was on the other side of campus. And I thought about the commencement speaker to get some nurturing from what the commencement speaker said, but for the life of me, not only could I not remember what the commencement speaker said, but I couldn't remember the commencement speaker. So needless to say, that took a lot of pressure off of me in terms of trying to connect connect with you all for sure. You know, many of you grads are sitting here already with your immediate futures planned. You're probably going to law school, grad school, first job, whatever the case may be. Many of you may be sitting here not quite sure what the next step is, maybe not have the next job lined up. That was certainly the case for me. On graduation day, I wasn't exactly sure what the future held for me, but the next 6 weeks meant a great deal to me and to my future. And I just want to try to take you through that very, very quickly. On graduation day was somewhere around June 1st, 1968, and our baseball team went to the College Division World Series that week after, and the week after that, the Major League Professional Baseball Draft was to be held. There was a moment in my life when I thought I was a prospect. I could have signed a baseball contract out of high school, but I remember sitting with my dad at Lamar Porter Field in Little Rock right before an American Legion game, and I asked my dad what he thought I should do, and he gave me a very quick 3-word answer. It was go to college. And he had a great value for education, and I often thought about that, about what a value he had, but I also thought, well, I wonder if he was thinking about my playing because he saw me play a lot. Maybe he meant go to college and don't worry about professional baseball. But by the time I got out of college, I like to think I played my way out of being a prospect. So when Major League Baseball day rolled around in terms of the draft, the phone didn't ring. And I was fairly realistic about it going into it, but nevertheless, it was a cold slap in the face because I was getting married in 3 weeks and I had no job. And it hit me that I need a job really bad. And so Vietnam War was going on. It was really kind of hard to get some companies to talk to you, but my dad was a CPA. He became a CPA kind of on his own way back, and some sort of a one-man office. So I asked my dad if I could help him until I figured out exactly what I was going to do with my life, and he said sure. He had always, by the way, wanted me to take over his business. He wanted me to become an accountant and take over his business someday, and so he was very happy when I decided to help him, so to speak. And I was real happy about that too until I got my first check, and it wasn't very much, but I think it was reflective of kind of what I was worth to him, which wasn't very much at that time. But wedding day rolled around, and I was leaving my mom and dad's house to go to the church. I reached in the mailbox, and in the mailbox was a letter from Uncle Sam that basically said, "Dear James, you have 10 days to report for your physical." I was getting ready to be drafted, and in those days, just about everybody would get drafted. So that was another cold slap in the face. So my wife, Paula, now wife of 47 years, we had a very short honeymoon. We couldn't afford a long one. And when we got back, just by happenstance, we had dinner one night with a couple who had lived in Blytheville where my wife had finished her senior year and my wife, Paula, had babysat for them. And the husband worked for Southwestern Bell, oddly enough. And he asked me what I was going to do with my future. And I said, not sure. Hard to get people to talk to me. Well, he said, we'll talk to you. He said, I heard there's an opening in the management program at Southwestern Bell. Here's the telephone number of the person to call if you're interested. Not sure there's an opening, but call him roughly 8 o'clock on Monday morning. So I'll never forget sitting in my mom and dad's house, 8 o'clock Monday morning with the telephone. It's probably one of the rotary dial things at the time, the telephone in front of me. And 8 o'clock rolled around. I thought, well, it's a little presumptuous to call at 8. So at 8:01 I called. And the individual who was running the program says, yes, Jim. He says, we just had an individual turn down our last opening in this program. He said, I got a whole host of candidates, but you're welcome to come down and interview. And I did. I went down and interviewed, and then another interview, and several interviews later, I was offered the job. So I went home, pretty happy, and decided, needed to tell my dad. And so I told my dad, and he spent a few minutes. Keep in mind, he kind of wanted me to come in and take over his business, and he tried to talk me out of it a little bit. And at the end of the conversation, he realized that I really wanted to go do this. I felt like this was something that was going to make me happy. And all my life he had said, you got to do what makes you happy. He said, what made me happy was accounting. You've got to do what makes you happy. He kind of wanted me to do accounting too, but whatever makes you happy. And so at the end of the conversation, he kind of looks at me and said, so are you quitting? And I hadn't thought of it that way. That's what I said. I said, I haven't thought of it that way, but I guess I am. He said, well, you can't quit. You're fired. So my first job out of college, I got fired by my dad. Now, it's not as bad as it sounds. My dad and I laughed about that many times over the years before he passed away, but I really think what he was telling me is you got to go do what makes you happy. This is what made me happy. But at the end of the day, he laughed and said, but I never told you that what's going to make you happy is necessarily going to make me happy. So I think that was sort of the end of that story. But I went from being fired to the next day being hired. Started with Southwestern Bell in mid-July. Went ahead and enrolled in Army Reserve, took the military thing out of the way. So that was sort of my 6-week period in a nutshell. And so for those of you who are a little bit on the undecided side, not sure where the next job is going to be, just hang in there, because there is hope. I'm living, breathing example of there is hope for you. So again, as I thought about today and I thought about how I connect with you graduates, I thought about what advice could I give you? And after my career of 40 plus years, it kind of boils down, I boiled it down to one thing in terms of advice for you, and it has to do with change. And it's as true today as it was when I got the advice from my first boss with Southwestern Bell. He told me that Callaway, he said, you're going to be in this business a while. He said, you're going to experience a lot of change, and you just have to be flexible when you see the change coming. And it was kind of funny at the time when I look back on it, because Southwestern Bell was very much a monopoly, not a lot of change going on at that time, but he obviously knew what he was talking about later on. We were part of the Bell system. AT&T was the parent company. This is history book stuff. I won't take very long. AT&T was the parent company, monopoly on long distance and local service. In 1984, the government broke up the monopoly. AT&T became a standalone company. Southwestern Bell Corporation was formed, became a standalone company. They competed along with other regional companies. In the early to mid-90s through early 2000, Southwestern Bell Corporation started an acquisition strategy, built up enough mass that eventually in mid-2000, we bought AT&T, which was our old original parent, and went with the name because it was such a great name. So Southwestern Bell, when I started, was about $12 billion company, 25,000 employees, big company by any stretch of the imagination. Today's AT&T is a $128 billion company, 240,000 employees, very much a national and international company, and has transformed over the years from a local telephone company to a truly wireless company. I think you grads all know AT&T is very much a wireless company. So I'm not an expert on change. I've faced a lot of change. What I would tell you is, from an advice standpoint, when you see change coming, recognize it, study it, try to figure out the positives about it, turn it into positives for yourself, and go for it, because resisting change is certainly not an option. So in closing, I would just say I'm a product of this university. I've worked all over the country, and I've worked pretty much all over the world. But I got my start. Any success that I may have had over the years really got its start right here on this campus. So you graduates, I want you to be proud of your education. I want you to be confident that you've got a great foundation on which to succeed. And I'd like to pass on my sincere congratulations and wish you all the very best in your individual journeys. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, for those remarks and sharing with us your outstanding career. And thank you for staying in touch with Arkansas State University over the years. And we'd like to leave you with a little token of our gratitude today, if you don't mind coming back up.
Thank you very much.
We'll expect to see that in your office when we come visit in San Antonio. How about that? All right, I would like to now call on Dr. Lanita Cooksey for presentation of the degree candidates.
It is my great privilege to represent the faculty in presenting these students for degrees to be conferred. The attainment of a college degree is a significant milestone in your life, and you and your family should feel extremely proud of this accomplishment. The attainment of a college degree carries a significant responsibility as well. You all are incredibly gifted, and it is my hope that you will give of your time and talents in service to others and to the communities in which you will live and lead. In just a few moments, the Chancellor will confer degrees to the students seated before us. Please note the academic regalia worn by today's graduates and our faculty. These vary by discipline and the level of degree conferred. You will find a description and history of the academic regalia in your program. Graduate degree recipients may be identified by the academic hood that they are wearing or will receive. Our graduating military veterans can be identified by the wearing of a red, white, and blue cord. I ask at this time for all military veterans, both graduates and members of our audience, to please stand and be recognized. Please be seated. We thank you for your service. Undergraduate students graduating with academic honors are identified by honors cords worn over their robes. I call your attention to the various honors achievement designations that appear immediately beneath the name of some bachelor's degree candidates in bold italics in your program. Today's ceremony includes 60 distinguished undergraduate students graduating in the various academic honors. The color of the honors cord designates these honors categories. Students wearing a gold cord are graduating summa cum laude with a grade point average of 4.00 on all work attempted. Students graduating summa cum laude and their families, please stand for recognition. You may be seated. Students wearing a red cord designates magna cum laude with a grade point average of 3.80 to 3.99. Magna cum laude students and families, would you please stand and be recognized? You may be seated. A white cord designates cum laude with grade point averages of 3.60 to 3.79. Cum laude students and your parents and family, would you please stand for recognition? You may be seated. Dr. Hudson, it is my pleasure to present to you the candidates for degrees. These candidates have been recommended by the faculty, the chairs, and the deans. I commend these students to you and ask that you confer the appropriate degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Cooksey. Will the candidates for all degrees please stand? Upon recommendation of the faculty of Arkansas State University and by the authority vested in me by the people, the state of Arkansas, and the President and Board of Trustees of the Arkansas State University system, I confer upon you the degree of doctorate, specialist, master's, bachelor, or associate as printed by your name in the program and declare you entitled to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations. Please be seated. The Graduate School Dean will now direct doctoral degree candidates to come forward.
Will the holders of the Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy degree please come forward accompanied by your advisor?
Receiving the Doctor of Education, Dr. Marla Sladen Bennett. Receiving the Doctor of Education, Dr. Sherry Waterman Chapman. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Nancy Patrice Dowdy. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Oluwayinka Olomara Isheyemi. Receiving the doctorate in environmental science, Maksud Ali Mashoud. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Rachel Lynn Wellicke.
I now ask at the direction of your marshals that the other graduates please come forward.
Will the graduates in the College of Agriculture and Technology please stand? Graduates, please come forward at the direction of your marshal, Dr. Bert Greenwald, Professor of Agricultural Economics. Graduates, when you return to your seating row, please be seated.
Receiving the master's degree, Timothy K. Arquette. Timothy J. Bevley. Marva A. Davis Burton. Justin Lee Klepechka. Dana Lynn Rockwell. Clarissa Rayanne Scott. Receiving the bachelor's degree, Benjamin David Ram. J.C.J. Arkless. Jesse Douglas Bishop. Brandon Stipp, magna cum laude. Danielle Auburn Nobles. Allison L. Gurley, cum laude. Matthew R. Cole, Bradley Joseph Galladay. Jordan Cleanne Carter. Ryan Patrick Sullivan, cum laude. Caleb D. Miller. Ricky Don Barker. Tito Chitanda. Jessica Dean Lake, cum laude. Ashley Renee Blaylock. Catherine M. Brown. Amber Ann Malin. Erin Lynn Osborne. Haley Kirsten Havard. Chelsea Leanne Kilbreth. Brianna Chantel Ray. Miranda K. Elizondo. Alexandra Geneva Collier. Laura Michelle Lyles. Jennings Ray Haywood, cum laude. Richard Nicholas Lee Patillo. Gage G. Weaver. Gunnar Dean Knoll. Traven Leanne Louise Sherrod, cum laude. Thomas Joe Crocker. Tracy Towery. Latina S. Gooding. Christopher L. Hare. Joshua James Michael Stidman.
Would the graduates of the College of Business please come forward at the direction of your marshals, Dr. Jim Washam and Dr. Patricia Robertson.
Receiving the master's degree, Tanner F. French. Badr Mohammed Aramai. Avinash Barot. Leah Despain. Seringne Mahmoud Mbake Diop. Chong Gao. Rachel Catherine Gilliam. Kufang Lin. Jinjin Liu. Deborah Ann Lotharp. Ryan Glade Merrill. Elizabeth Lee Montgomery. Masaki Oku. Shijan Wang. Huidan Jie. Receiving the bachelor's degree, Bassam Ahmed Al-Bassam, cum laude. Sulaiman Saleh S. Al-Suraik, cum laude. Teresa Jean Carr, cum laude. Jacqueline Rose Flynn, cum laude. Hole, cum laude. Tamara Slijepkevich, cum laude. Daiki Oshima. Jeremy S. Adams. Ali Rashid Al-Gofaili. Jalal Ali Al-Mawaled. Jawad Ali Al-Mawaled. Dondre Lamont Anderson. Barbara Danielle Bell. Jonathan Tillman Bennett. Mohammed Tariqul Islam Buljan. Craig Douglas Boone, Jr. Charles Christopher Bridges. Tawdry S. Burgess. Abraham de Jesus Islas. Jacob A. Cullison. Whitney Whitaker Ford. Sabra Lane Futrell. Wade G. Gamble. Tyler D. Golden. Amy Marlene Gooch. Cecily Gabriella Hamilton. Joseph Randall Drake. Kevin Dale Harrell. Shayna S. Hughes. Brittany James. Leah Rochelle Johnson. Katsuhito Kayanisha. Teresa Diane Keith. Jamal Rashid Kelly. Danny O'Neill Lee II. Taylor Marie Kearns. Ahmad Fahad Alowaid. Mohammed Mansour Darish Al-Razi. Abdul Rahman Gus. Jisheng Li. Linglin Liu. Jeffrey W. Martin. Jeffrey Michael Martin. Jeremiah Lee Matthews. Kristen N. McDaniel. Dawn Jolene Makowicz. Joshua R. Morris. Andrielle Shanice Bailey Mosey. Jennifer Lynn Myers. Ungok Fuam Lugien. Lunati Nsokolo. Hao Pan. Ashley Lynn Parnell. Samya Grazielli Pereira Simao. Dat Pham. Corey Peyton Reynolds. Corey Ryan Reithbaum. Brandon Thomas Jesse Fry. Amber Marie Liscombe. Rena Shitomi. Kyra Segale Sims. Ashley N. Smith. Jane C. Smith. Casey Alexis Tabor. Dylan Blake Toole. Tweed Chu Vu. Boyan Wang. Jesse J. Weaver. William E. Weaver. Haley Cheyenne Woods. Tian Zhang. Xiaoquan Zhu. Yiming Zhu, Mengguan Yang, Runkun Zhang, Yangzhe Wang, Georgia Marie Morgan.
Will the graduates in the College of Education and Behavioral Science please come forward at the direction of your marshals, Dr. Dixie Keys and Dr. Dawn Weatherford.
Receiving the specialist degree, Megan Carly Adams. Olivia Lynn Amos. Audria L. Baker. Misty Morgan Doyle. Keith Wayne Fimple. Latina Reyna Guis. Jennifer Lynn Hampton. Daniela Hooper Beckman. Anthony Gerald Jackson. Anne Lynette Jacob. Deanne Jelaine Jones. Amanda Erin Kulaba. Sarah Leach. Jennifer Ann Osborne. Lindsay Elizabeth Rose. Caleb Andrew Smith. Ronnie K. Smith. Erin Kathleen Townsend. Shalina Michelle Warren. Latanya Marie Rofe. Receiving the master's degree, Gary Bernard Jackson, Sr. Lauren Jeanette Parker. Madison Joyce Roswell. Melissa Joyce Aldridge Clairday. Christopher Adam Cross. Natalie Elizabeth Williamson. Jasmine Simone Peel. Monica Bernadette Mack. Martha J. Musgraves. Quanisha Richardson. Hunter Lynn Saffel. Ashley Christine Swain. Jenny D. Weaver. Lenora Ann Williams. Joanna Michelle Adams. Dana Lene Ayers. Jessica Ann Banta. Christy Lynn Barnett. Brad Anthony Bernard. William Stephen Brasley, Jr. Jill Christine Browning. Connor Lee Cagle, Jr. Derek L. Cato. Daniel Owen Caudle. Caitlin Danielle Xingyan. Michelle Ann Champeau Ray. John Dustin Clark. Marquez A. Collins. Regina Galeen Crouch. Nikisha Cunningham, Andrea I. Irwin, Beth Lori Ferguson, Cher Nicole Fields, Brittany Paige Franklin, Michelle R. Franklin, Marco Darnell French, Phyllis Andrea Jeans, Daphne Arlene Goodwin, Shayna Lee Diane Goss, Nathan Clinton Gramling, Jessica Sage Griffin, Paula Ann Henry, Amanda Jo Hicks, Lindsay A. Kelly, Teresa Aurelia Kingsley, Krista D. Ledbetter, Latori L. Lee, Barbara A. Lowe, Jacqueline L. Marshall, Cassie Nicole Robinson, Joseph Jarrett Maxwell, Casey Lynn Townsend, Misty Deandra Merritt, Christina Hayes Miller, Karen Adele Miller, Amy Michelle Montgomery, Andrea Michelle Neville, William Terrell Outlaw III, Amanda Carol Page, Sonia Jo Palmer, Julia Rose Ragsdale, Amy Lynn Ray, Lena Michelle Rogers, April Antoinette Rucker, Sandra R. Spence, Catherine Elizabeth Stoops, Cody J. Strahan, Sarah Catherine Tyre, Haley Tyler, Susan Elizabeth Stampley, Thomas Floyd Welch, Tommy Lee Wells, Jr., Kristen E. Whitsett, Cindy Going Wilson, Heather Brianna Zakreski, Danica Aline Sweevel. Receiving the bachelor's degree, Stephen L. Johns, Christopher Aaron Earnhardt, Elizabeth Rochelle Broadaway, Jessica L. Pruitt, Faith Mary Catherine Succamelli, cum laude, honors program. Madison Camille Huey, magna cum laude. Valencia Iana Dawson. Taylor Janice Nelson, cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Thomasina Hardin, cum laude. Lauren Lynn Barrett. Autumn Dawn Lee. Brandy J. Matney. Stacy Renee Creekmore Daffrin. Olivia Catherine Smith. Jessica Leanne Bradley. Curtis Allen Myrick. Chandler Christian Hawkins, cum laude. Josh Randolph Pierre. Sean Allen Lawrence, cum laude. Her son, Eli Aguirre. Jonathan Cordell Odom. Chastity Dawn McKee. Michael K. Burns, Jr. Kendrick James Smith. Faith Madison Pierce, magna cum laude, honors program. Aaron Lee Curtis, cum laude. Morgan Elizabeth Barnes, magna cum laude. Brittany Starr Smith. Destiny Aletha Long, magna cum laude. Hannah Grace McClung, summa cum laude, honors program. Jennifer L. Adams. Emily Jade Cornelison, magna cum laude. Sarah L. Dew, cum laude. Mackenzie Renee Turner, cum laude. Janelle D. Hall. Adam Timothy Thrasher. Tierra Lachey Johnson. Giovanni Gale Godley. Brittany H. Cheek, cum laude. Deanna Latrice Watson. Alex Danae Marilski. Stephanie Claire Camp. Kristen K. Dobbins. Rosalind Danielle Hall. Amy Elizabeth Hogan. Stephen P. Hogan. Jacob Ryan Hoskins. Hannah Ray Kagan. Janae D. Kelly. Dane Harris Leak. Colton Major Lowry. Belinda A. Ray. Jacob Eli Ritchie. Haley A. Saunders. Ryan James Whitlock. Courtney Jean Whittemore. Maddie Sue Blasingame.
Will the graduates in the College of Engineering please come forward at the direction of your marshal, Dr. Yonseng Huang?
Receiving the master's degree, Anna Karina Arias Sanchez. Sai Sri Chaparada. Sairam Reddy Gunkala. Pranay Mitkairari. Muhammad Abdul Azim Islahi. Srikar Ponapali. Saman Nawaz. Sai Sukesh Gorepati. Chiranjeevi Prabhuravi Kiran Lanka. Receiving the bachelor's degree, Austin D. Hales, cum laude. Saud Saleh Ba Makired, cum laude. Jack Ray England III. Jeffrey Michael Keach. Orkun Ozdagan. Hayden Norwood Wilmuth. Turkey Abdulaziz M. Al-Ansari.
Good morning. Will the graduates from the College of Fine Arts please come forward at the direction of your marshal, Professor Curtis Steele?
Receiving the bachelor's degree, Jesse Bogvad Heaps Erickson, magna cum laude. Lydia Elaine Howard, magna cum laude, honors program. Nicholas Paul Graves, magna cum laude, honors program. Sean T. Wright, magna cum laude. Valerie J. Johnston, cum laude, honors program. Caitlin Bailey Reed-Mueller, cum laude. Kaito Sano. Emily Faith Tucker. Ricky Dale Barker. Jody Simon Hughes. Ashley N. Skaggs. Jennifer Elizabeth Smith. Jessie Michelle Holder. Haley S. Tate. Faith Diane Black, cum laude. Reagan Elaine Higgins. Joshua L. Mobley. Joshua Allen Puff. Ye Yu.
Would the graduates of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences please stand up and come forward at the direction of your marshal, Dr. Chapel Traylor.
Receiving the master's degree, Madeline Claire Carson. Jordan Danielle Jackson. Marbelle Marma Marte. Megan Janine Pope. Hazim Nasser Al-Mamani. Stephen Daywald. Hebe Nazar Gandura. Jill Elise Busby. Emily Rockwell Haney. Stephen Craig Jones. Caitlin M. Marshall. Maria Consuelo Munoz White. Kelly Lee Pettis. Arlene Town. Trish Valines. Shauna Lavelle Watkins.
Thank you.
Robert C. Wydick III, receiving the bachelor's degree. Victoria Elizabeth Childress, magna cum laude, honors program. Sarah Catherine Siebert, magna cum laude, honors program. Kimberly Gail Brown, magna cum laude. Shikaria Shakel Marshall, magna cum laude. Chihiro Sato, magna cum laude. Kimberly Nicole Gardner, cum laude. Taryn Danielle Gillette, cum laude. Timothy Michael Dwayne Richmond, cum laude. Helen Ann Jennings. Lauren Elizabeth Barnes. Amy Elizabeth Barnett. Arthur D. Kreider. Shakira Bijan Davis. Mallory Klein Floyd. Nina Gracie Harper. Anna Catherine Harris. Reuben Ivy Jr. Daniel Eugene Jackson. Donald R. Miller, Jr. Leanne Marie Mills. Shayla Jean Grooms. Madison B. Sprouse. Jennifer Diane Uhua. Jessica M. Vandergriff. Jordan Thomas Whitman. William Riley Adams. Heather Michelle Doty. Robert S. Martin, Jr. Matthew T. Reynolds. Morgan Garland. Bahad Michal N. Al-Shalan. Tracy Lee Finch.
Now would the graduates from the College of Media and Communication please stand and come forward at the direction of your marshal, Dr. Holly Hall.
Tracy. No, I'm sorry.
Hello.
It was in that department. I just got the degree.
Receiving the master's degree. Larry Desmond Aaron. Youssef Al-Daihani. Lisa Colleen Brown. John Winston Nawara. Receiving the bachelor's degree. Stephen G. Stevens. Sandra E. Reed. Alex Cody Easley. Candice Monique Kirkwood. Ashley Taylor. Sarah Ashley Sandlin. Mackenzie Jade Stell. Megan Lee Tweedy. Brennan Robert Gurley. Celeste Lachey Wright. Brittany Cachet Edwards. Danielle Nicole Hill. Adrian Charles Rogers. Ryan Boyd Anderson. Jade N. Allen. Jody Dawn Barker. Amanda M. Burba. Jordan Nicole Fonville. Chelsea Cheyenne Hayes. Kakuya Hatano. Kristen X. Foreman. Kelsey Page McLeod. Melody McKinney Rainwater. Winston Gregory Lee. Herbert LeJay Johnson.
Will the graduates in the College of Nursing and Health Professions please stand and come forward at the direction of your marshals, Dr. Brenda McKinney and Dr. Roy Aldridge.
Receiving the master's degree, Morgan Caples Thrasher. Andrea Hutchison Davis. Laura K. Azzarello. Jessica Lauren Bennett. Benton. Mallory Diane Causey. Amanda Nicole Gill. Rebecca Lauren Kraft. Laura DeLynn Brown. Brittany Leanne Burns. Nicole Marie Terry. Erica Rose Whitaker. Caluette M. Clark. Keely Shea Brown. Jessica Joy Wilkeson. Scarlett Leanne McMunn. Kaylee Jordan Poe. Christina L. Long. Christopher Lee Blomgren. Ashley Dawn Shelton. Hope Valerie Smith. Receiving the bachelor's degree, Vivian Grace Cardwell. Terry L. Davis II. Andrea N. Eason. Whitney Renee Pritchett. Chloe Carol Skelton. Stacy Renee Gray. Doris J. Qualls. Toinica Nicole Williams. Allison Danielle Wells. Jessica M. Womble. Receiving the associate's degree, Paige Alexis Granberry. Albert E. Akpotu. Wendy Ammons. Lakeisha LaAngelia Amos. Maria S. Beeson. Carlin Thompson Blackshire. Cherie Diane Brossett. Deidre Nicole Brownlee. Marion Lurianne Butts Davis. Toya Yolanda Coppage. Amber C. Cotton. Angela Renee Dobbins. Candice Lynn Doris. Alyssa Marie Farr. Elizabeth Ann Gamble. Mary Catherine Garman. Seth Cody Garrett. Sandra D. Garrison. Lisa Michelle Hammett. Fawn Lal Hannah. Jenilyn Nicole Hardin. Medea L. Hollywood. Jennifer Jill Jackson. Anitra Charisse Joyner. Candice I. Jones. Saterica C. Jones. Christy Elaine Bradley. Brian N. Martin. Shantae M. Martinez. Janet E. McKenzie. Faith Marie Mao. Dorothy Renee Morrison. Sarah Marie Neal. Sharonda Sufai Neal. Patrice Dominique Powell. Patricia A. Shutt. Kimberly J. Smith. Sandrika Siobhan Smith. Jennifer K. Taylor.
Would the graduates of the College of Science and Mathematics please stand and come forward at the direction of your marshal, Dr. Rich Grippo.
Receiving the master's degree, Raja Abdurrahman Al-Abdurrahman. Sonia Elizabeth Castillo Gonzalez. Revanth Naveen Chandana. Sai Pranit Deshaboyina. John W. Eskew. Shruti Jakampudi. Chaitanya Prakash Katari. Prithviraj Kumar Konan. Sagupta Siraj Punjani. Gautami Vipuri. Asant Kumar Vemula. Apala Venkata Avinash Jonalagala. Junju. Receiving the bachelor's degree, Sarah Marie Eiler, summa cum laude, honors program. Emily Catherine Hubbard, cum laude, honors program. Sarah Mansour Araizi, cum laude. Marissa Lachelle Ashford. Emery Biber. Erica S. Blagg. Jamarcus T. Brider. Darius Montreal Buckley. Lucas Tanner Dutton. Whitney Gale Hyde. Jordan L. Hyde. Aljun Lee. Michaela Lynn Lyles. Dave Russell Miller. Erica Danielle Olney. Jennifer Bouchard Reed. Jeffrey Alexander Rowland. Sakaya Sudo. Jackson Benjamin Troxel. Homer Don Warden II. Anne Marie Brogdon. Christina Leanne Dick. Dakota L. Garner. John P. Goodman. Kiarius Lachey Dudley. Brian Wade Miller, Jr.
Will the graduates in University College please come forward at the direction of your marshal, Miss Erin Lynn?
Receiving the bachelor's degree, Kathleen Elizabeth Blessing, summa cum laude, honors program. Jeremy J. Montgomery. Bradley Charles Felkins, magna cum laude. Linda Gail Mazurski, magna cum laude. Tammy Dawn Lloyd, cum laude. Michael Thomas Zimmerman, cum laude. Nashana Latrice Cooper Rogers. Rhonda Ross Hood. Elisa Sierra Taylor. Alexa Brooke Williams. Katie Carolyn Aldridge. Tyler Austin Ball. Philip Mark Barnes. Tiffany D. Burcham. Nicholas Ryan Bird. James Charles Karsten II. Chelsea Moon Kandra. Taisha Marie Dawson. Cardarius Dewan Dean. Crystal Patrice Dorsey. Alexandria Ebony Duarte. Ashton Lee Fannin. Susan M. Farley. Chelsea Rayanne Finley. Chelsea R. Forehand. Brandon Lee Jean. Darian O'Keefe Griswold. Kyle James Lee Harris. Jet Elizabeth Hudgens. Joaquina N. Humphrey. Latika Johnson. Caden P. King. Melissa Jerome Langston. Brandon Trevor Lloyd. J.D. Dobie McKissick. Latasha Faye Moore. Keith D. Morgan. Jessica Yvonne Norris. Joshua Lamar Parrish. Heather Nicole Petty. Ryan Powell. Logan W. Shipman. Jessica Ann Elaine Reed Short. Sabrina L. Stokes. Kristen Alyssa Grafmeyer. Sandrea Lintrice Simeon. Christopher Allen Wheelis. Receiving the associate's degree, Alicia Nicole Page. Barbara Harris. Jessica Elaine Hatcher. Jamela Chantre Jonice Tate. Jason Lee Stallings. Brittany Legay Kimes. Joshua Lee Meredith.
Graduates, you may now turn your tassel. As a new alumna of Arkansas State University, it is my pleasure to introduce Miss Margot Ofterhide-Kegebine, President of the ASU Alumni Association. Ms. Kegebine will induct the new alumni into the association.
Graduates of the class of 2015, in a moment I will be inducting you into the Alumni Association, which is my privilege and responsibility. But before I do that, I would like to share with you how I got involved again with ASU after my graduation. It's as simple as someone asked me. I was invited back to attend a Wilson Award ceremony, then asked to serve on the Alumni Association board, and my connections grew stronger and multiplied from that point. How rewarding it has been to be involved in something bigger than myself, to do something outside the normal, to give back to a place that meant so much to me. So here I am asking you, come back, get involved with the Alumni Association. I am inviting you to attend events at the the Fowler Center. I'm inviting you to attend a bowl game and watch the Red Wolves. I'm asking you to buy an A-State license plate and help provide scholarships for the next group of students. As Mr. Callaway encouraged, stay in touch with your academic area and especially with those dear friends you made here at ASU. The results will be rewarding for both you and ASU. The Arkansas State University Alumni Association is located in a fantastic facility, the Cooper Alumni Center. This will be your home on campus now. I encourage you to take full advantage and visit this wonderful place. You have earned the privilege. Now, would all the graduates please stand? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors, I am pleased to convey you into the membership of the Arkansas State University Alumni Association. Congratulations and our sincere and best wishes for a successful and bright future. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Margot. It's also my pleasure to congratulate the new alumni of Arkansas State University. We hope you will join the Alumni Association. We expect you to join the Alumni Association and remember your alma mater with your time and your talent and your treasure as your life and successes unfold. And always stay A-State strong. Go Red Wolves. Let's congratulate our graduates once more. We invite our new alumni, their parents and friends and supporters to join with the faculty and staff in the reception immediately following the recession. The reception is on the second level above and behind this platform. There are access steps at each end of the arena. Faculty will recess directly to the reception area before the student recessional. And now, please join us as Miss Jessie Holder leads in singing the Arkansas State University alma mater, which is on page 7 of your program. Please stand.
Your hallowed
Thank you, Jesse. Friends, we appreciate your coming to campus to join us for the ceremony this afternoon. Please come back often. This is your university. The audience may be seated for the recessional.
trumpet's in the second envelope. First trumpet's first envelope.